Yo boys, it's Dan. Welcome to the Europa League game week match day number 2 of the Europa League. Yes, boys, we are back in the Europa League for the second time of the game week. Now we have another games to go through, which is coming up next. Boys, if you want a discount on your energy, go and get my discount in the description. New Dan10 at checkout. Peace. Yes, we have games at 5:45. It will work the same way as the Champions League worked. I'll say of what they did in match day 1, and also what they're going to do in match day 2 as well. Starting off with Lazio versus Nice in match day number 1. Lazio beat Dynamo Kiev 3-0, and Nice without a draw against Real Sociedad. And I'm going to say in this game, it will be close. I think it will be Lazio 2, Nice 1. All these games are being played at 5:45 until we get down to the ones, I'll say it's at 8 o'clock. So the second game at 5:45 is Slavia Prague versus Ajax. Slavia Prague in their first match day of the Champions League of the Europa League, played against Ludogorets and won 2-0, and Ajax beat Besiktas 4-0. That's a response from Ajax which you wanted to see after the disappointment of their league form last year. That's the response you wanted to see from the Ajax, and I'm going to say Slavia Prague 2, Ajax 3. They'll just about pinch it. Now we move to Real Sociedad versus Anderlecht. Now Sociedad, as I mentioned, played out a 1-1 draw against Nice, and then also Anderlecht beat Ferencváros beat Ferencváros 2-1. But I do think Sociedad will win this. I don't think Sociedad will have enough in this game. And I think Sociedad 2, Anderlecht 0. We move to Olympiacos versus SC Braga. Now, Olympiacos played against Lyon, and they lost 2-0 to Olympic. Then they lost 2-0 to Olympic Lyonnais. And SC Braga played against Maccabi Tel Aviv and won 2-1 in Portugal. Now they're in Turkey. It's, as you know, is a very tough place to go, and I'm gonna say Olympiacos 2, Braga 2. Now you move to Maccabi Tel Aviv versus Midtjylland. Now Maccabi Tel Aviv lost 2-1 to Sporting Braga in their first match of the Europa League, and Midtjylland played against Hoffenheim and drew 1-1 against Hoffenheim. And you know what they're capable of doing, this team. I'm going to go with a boring draw now of 0-0 draw. Now we move to Ferencváros versus Tottenham Hotspur. Now Ferencváros, as I mentioned, lost 2-1 to Anderlecht in their first matchup of their first game of the Europa League, and also Tottenham Hotspur beat Karabag 3-0, but they did have Dragusin sent off. Dragusin sent off within the first 10 minutes. That game was delayed due to transport issues, but I think I think Spurs will win this. I do think Spurs will absolutely win this game comfortably by a 3-0 win to Tottenham Hotspur. Now we move to Karabag versus Malmo. Now, Karabag lost just like I mentioned Spurs, and Dynamo Kiev lost 3-0 to Lazio. So yeah, and I can say it will be Hoffenheim. No, Malmo, not Karabag, Malmo. Sorry, Malmo. Malmo still. Malmo lost to Rangers, so yeah, Malmo lost to Rangers. One game. I couldn't remember. No, it's really that's because I don't have ownership paper here. So yeah, I'm gonna go Karabag 0, Malmo 1. Now Hoffenheim versus Dynamo. Hoffenheim beat Dusan Midtjylland 1-0, and Hoffenheim and Dynamo lost 2-0 to Lazio. And I'm gonna say Hoffenheim to win this 3-2. I move to RFS versus Galatasaray. Now, Galatasaray, as we know, beat PAOK 3-1, and RFS lost 4-1 to FCSB. Those names are so hard to bloody pronounce. It's annoying. And I'm going to say, in this game, Galatasaray 4 are RFS 0. Now that's all the 5:45 games completed. Now we go to all the 8 o'clock games, and starting off with FC Porto versus Manchester United. Oh, great, and good. Now, Manchester United lost. No, we drew to FC Twente, and Porto lost to Bodo Glimt. But Man United League form, they lost to Spurs. We'll get onto the Premier League video. We'll get onto the Premier League game on Friday. So like and subscribe for that one, boys. And bell notifications to know. So it's not like for me now. Also, subscribe to the second channel. Cobby's Kingdom is up one as well. And in this game, we have to win this under pressure tonight, 2-1. But we know that Porto is a very tough place to go. And now we move to Rangers versus Olympic Lyonnais. Now, Rangers played against Malmo, and they beat Malmo by 2-1. And Olympic Lyonnais beat Olympiacos 2-0 as well. And I'm going to say that it will be a very close game of 3-3 in this game. Now we move to PAOK versus FCSB. Now PAOK played against Galatasaray and they lost 3-1, and FCSB won 4-1 against the other team that I mentioned. I can see this game being a 2-draw between PAOK and FCSB. Now we move to Victoria Plzen versus Lugogoretsk. Now Lugogoretsk played against Slavia and they lost, and Victoria Plzen played against Eintracht Frankfurt and was involved in a 6-goal thriller of a 3-3 draw between those two teams. And I'm going to say in this game, it could be very close. I think it's going to be very, 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 very close here. I'm going to say 2-2 between Victoria Plzen and Lugogoretsk. I move to Union Saint Gilloise versus Bodo and Glimt. Now we start off with Union Saint Gilloise. They played a game. They played Union Saint Gilloise played against Fenerbahce and they lost to Fenerbahce. Obviously, it's Turkey. It's the toughest place to go in world football. And Bodo Glimt beat PAOK. No, they didn't beat. They beat FC Porto But there are dark horse. I'm gonna think Bordeaux 2, Union St. Gallies 1. Now we move to Athletic Club versus AZ Alkmaar. Now Athletic Club, they played against in matchday number 1. They played against Roma and they survived with a draw against Roma. And AZ Alkmaar beat Elfsborg 3-2 in a mental game. What a game that was between those two teams. And I'm going to say in this one, at City Club 2, AZ 2. And we move to the last 3 games of the game week. And these are off with FC Twente versus Fenerbahce. Now, FC Twente drew 1-1, like I mentioned, and Fenerbahce beat Union St. Gallies 2-1, but it is in Twente. Nobody expected them to get a point against Manchester United on last time out. But anything's possible in Europa League, and I'm going to go with FC Twente 1, Fenerbahce 3. Now we go to Besiktas versus Frankfurt. Now Besiktas played against Ajax and lost 4-0, and Frankfurt were involved in a 3-3 draw against Victoria Plzen. And I think Besiktas 2, Frankfurt 1, and now we go to our last game of match day number 2 is Elfsborg versus Roma. Now, in this game, I think it will be a very close one. As I know both these teams are capable of football. But Roma have won before. I'm gonna go Roma win of 2-1 to AS Roma, and that will bring match day number 2 of the Europa League to an end. Thank you for watching, and I will see you lot. If you're on the second channel at about 6 o'clock, about 8 o'clock really, and on the main channel, I'll see you on Friday at 2 o'clock for Premier League match day number 7 predictions. 7 weeks into the Premier League, I know. Stay tuned for that, boys. Until then, goodbye.